everybody, this is Overboy, and I'm going to be doing my review for the 2021 movie, The Suicide Squad. So this movie is written and directed by James Gunn, and in this movie, supervillains Harley Quinn, Bloodsport, Peacemaker, and a collection of nutty cons at Belrive Prison join the top secret, super shady Task Force X as they are dropped off at the remote, enemy-infused island of Corto Maltese. So this is one of the biggest step-ups in the history of sequels. This is like one of the best sequels ever because the first movie was one of the worst superhero movies ever made and everything, and this is one of the best sequels because this is a very huge step up in a really genuinely good movie. I love all the characters in this movie, especially Ratcatcher 2. I think she is probably the one that steals the show the most for me, and it's just really a likable character and everything. I think she's the most likable character out of all of them, but I think that all the other characters are great too, but Daniela Melchiori, I probably butchered her name, plays Ratcatcher 2, and she does a great job. I really liked Bloodsport a lot too. Idris Elba is a great actor. He's one of those actors I've always really liked, and I think he's really great as Bloodsport. And I also am probably in the minority on this, but I much prefer Bloodsport over Will Smith's character Deathstroke from the first movie and everything. And I think he's a good replacement for Will Smith's character and everything in the story and everything. King Shark is great too. He's lovable and adorable and everything. Stallone does such a great job voicing him, and he's just one of those characters you can't help but love and everything. Polka Dot Man is unexpectedly lovable too. He's really good and likable and funny, and I did not expect to have as much of a connection with that character as I did, but I love Polka Dot Man. Harley Quinn is great as you would expect. Margot Robbie is once again excellent in the role and everything. This is probably her best performance as the character and everything, although I don't know if I'd say this is the best movie with her as the character, but this is probably my favorite performance and look of her as the character too. I love her look in this movie. James Gunn's writing and directing is great, as you would expect from him. He does a great job with all of the movies he's worked on that I've seen. I've liked everything he's directed, and this is no exception. He's once again great and everything. I think has really great writing and everything. He does such a great job at bringing all these weird characters that you wouldn't expect to even be likable and stuff, and put them into a movie together and make not only a really good movie, but really a good team up with great characters that you really come to love and everything by the time the movie's over. And that's what I love about James Gunn, is he's really good at doing that and everything. So I can't wait to see him work his magic on Superman. The music in here is great too. James Gunn is also really good at making his movies have really good soundtracks, and this one is really good too. The movie opens up with Johnny Cash's Folsom Prison Blues, which is one of my favorite songs of all time. I just absolutely love that song, and it was a great way to start this movie off and everything. The first time I saw this movie in the theater, I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna have a good time with this, just because of the opening song. The visuals hold up really good for the most part too. There is a little bit of bad CGI in here, but for the most part the visuals hold up really well, especially compared to the first movie and everything, where the CGI was just so horrendous and everything. But I will say that the CGI isn't really that bad, just a few little spots at the beginning. And the movie has a lot of heart too, which is something that you expect from James Gunn. He brings out to the Guardians of the Galaxy movies, and he brought it to this movie, and I'm expecting it heavily from Superman. It's gonna have a lot of heart and everything, and this movie unexpectedly does, because these characters aren't necessarily good people and everything, but he still manages to make you really love and care about them stuff and everything. And like when one particular character dies in the movie, you actually really feel sad and stuff. And it's a character that was in the first movie that if he would have died in the first one, I wouldn't have really cared. But they do a good job making you care about the characters in this movie. And it's very heartfelt. But as far as negatives go, I do feel like the movie's a little long. They could have shaved off maybe 20 minutes of it and it would have probably flowed better and been better paced. And I didn't really like the giant starfish at the end of the movie, them having to go up against the giant Jaiku starfish thing. I can't remember what it was called, but it wasn't really that great. I think the ending, the third act, was a little bit disappointing and everything compared to the rest of the movie. The rest of the movie is pretty good. And even though I really like Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn, I think she's perfectly casted. As always, I do feel like her little subplot in the movie when she's kidnapped and stuff, and she's flirting with the guy and all that, it just isn't really that great. I kind of wish we wouldn't have had that subplot and everything, and almost just wish we focused on the other characters more and everything, or just had Harley with the team throughout the whole movie like she was with the first one. But aside from that, I don't really have any complaints. I think The Suicide Squad is a good enough movie. It's not the best in the DCEU, but it is one of the more entertaining entries for sure, and especially of the later half of the DCEU and everything. I feel this is one of the better ones for sure. But yeah, so this is a really good movie. I would highly recommend it, especially if you didn't like the first one. I would highly recommend seeing this one, because more than likely you'll enjoy this one a lot more, especially if you enjoy James Gunn's sense of humor and stuff like that he brought to Guardians of the Galaxy. He's even more crazy with this and everything because he's able to give it an R rating and everything. But it's a good movie and everything. It's really fun entry, so I'd give The Suicide Squad an 8 out of 10. So anyway, let me know in the comments what you think of The Suicide Squad, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and have a good day, everybody.